Anyway, no, starting the day off with some Aaliyah. Know what I'm saying? Why the fuck my dress is like that? Y'all see the title though? We finna get straight into it. Holy fuck. I'll see the title, bruh.
With Kiana and virtually Eric.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you guys feeling today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Yeah, good as well. Thank you. Okay, so we saw that you guys ended up matching when we had you on episode 6
Nigga got the earpiece. This is Unk.
of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. All right, so is it going to be a yes for you for him?
Oh.
Yeah.
And is it a
That nigga was old as shit.
yes for you for her?
Yes.
We got a match! All right, I'll go ahead and take this, and I'll have you two go on up. Let's make
Ain't
some
he like
noise
40?
for them.
I definitely remember this
And
episode though.
From that video airing and it being on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, how has it been for you all, like with the comments or the DMs, whatever it may be? Kiana, we can start with you.
It's been a lot. I got a lot of followers.
Okay.
Shout out to y'all. No, it's been a lot. I model, so like that helped too.
I see.
But it's been good. Crazy comments.
Okay.
Crazy comments.
Like what?
I got called a gold digger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was like, okay, because I like a pool. I'm a gold digger. That's fine. But
Okay.
yeah. Nothing too bad though.
Oh, that's good then. All right, not too bad. Eric, what about for yourself?
I mean, people said as many things as they could possibly, say online. Online is just one of those places where you're not going to win, regardless of what you say. So regardless of what you do. So I tried to read the comments in the
Look at this nigga's crib though. Shit.
beginning, and then
Nigga living.
at some point I just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
They got
people
that HD camera. Let me stop, man.
just it wasn't really about Kiana specifically, but about the other, the girl with the brown dress. My response, people didn't like that, and people were pointing out the fact that I was also wearing dark clothes, and as if you're not allowed to have a different preference. So it was, it was insane.
Okay, all right. And so on the show, we got to know you guys just a tad bit. But if you want to, let us know a little bit more about yourselves, Kiana.
Need a fucking haircut. Yeah, bro, got the fucking 4K camera. Look at the nigga setup with the. Y'all see the this nigga? If that is that nigga's crib, bro, that nigga living.
Earn a $10 salon reward certificate.
That's some calm shit. Like that shit look comfortable as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like what?
Just anything, where are you from? What do
I'm
you
from
do?
Memphis. Shout out Tennessee. 25. I model. I don't do pharmacy technician anymore. I work for Vanguard, the investments.
Okay.
So I'm getting into that. Actually start tomorrow. I'm excited about that.
Congrats.
And yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long have you been modeling?
Since I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time, a decade.
Okay. That's exciting.
Yeah.
What made you kind of get into that?
My grandmama.
Oh.
She got me into it really young, like as a baby, and then I guess when I got older, I realized I actually liked it. And America's Next Top Model, that was like my favorite show.
You plan on getting on there? Wait, is it still airing?
No, I hope not.
Oh.
But no, I used to want to be on there, but
Yeah. Okay, all right. And then Eric, what about for yourself?
You got a cup of water. This nigga is Unk.
I train dogs, and I've been doing that casually up until 2020, and then I've been doing that professionally basically the whole time since. That's Capri. That's my dog. And I also have been in the advertising industry. I've worked with advertising agencies basically since 2005, 2006. And photography, I went to school for film, and I worked in the film industry as well. So I've done a bit of everything.
Okay.
And,
now,
yeah.
what
I was
made
gonna
you?
say, and partially music. Like I came from a family of musicians. My dad liked to play
I'll
the
see
piano.
the piano. I'll
I've
see
got
the
a brother
shit.
who plays the piano as well. Another brother who plays drums. My sister sings. So yeah, so we also love music as well.
Okay, nice, very nice. Now, what made you get into dog training?
It started with my old dog, Juicebox was her name. God rest her soul. I didn't like dogs before I met her, but when I ended up with her mom, and then her mom had, puppies, and I had to figure out what to do with those puppies, and she was the last one. She was the runt. So I just slowly but surely fell in love with it. You know how like people drop off a dog or a child adopts a dog or something, and bring it home, and your dad might not like the dog at first, and everyone's being sort of, but then the dog starts to grow on you. That was basically the same thing that happened to me. Is just she just started growing on me, and then I had to just figure out what to do. I just realized how smart she was, and I had to figure out, like, man, I need to teach this dog some stuff. And so I got obsessed with just trying to teach her as much things as possible, opening the door, getting drinks from the fridge, getting my shoes. I turned her into a work dog, for real.
Oh, word!
And then just, the love grew from there.
Okay.
Had her ass
exciting.
sewing.
All right, and then so you kind of mentioned a little bit earlier how people were, coming for you in the comments, how you were wearing dark clothes, but you kept saying, "Oh, I want, my partner to wear bright colors and all this," and
honestly,
you talked about their nails.
I was probably even coming for this nigga. Maybe, I don't know. I think I was, but I could. This nigga don't give a fuck. Look where this nigga not even here. This nigga in the comfort of his own home. Rich ass piano in the background. Nigga got like 10 plants in that bitch. A dog. He chilling with the fucking Unk earpiece. Like this nigga don't give 2 fucks. This nigga don't give 2 fucks. This is like the definition of like living happy. Like we don't know if he's actually, but like I don't know. From the vibe I'm getting, this nigga, he could give 2 fucks, bro. He could give 2 fucks.
And even someone's laugh. Are you always like this picky when it comes to dating, or was it just kind of like the scenario that we were in?
Well, I wouldn't call it pick. I think that, if you go out and you meet a bunch of people, in this situation, all of those people are in the same space. So it feels like you're more picky than you normally would be. If I went out to a club or if I went out to a bar or something, I would probably talk to one person, and it would be the person who obviously catches my eye. So, I don't really think I'm picky. I'm quite certain of the things that I like, and obviously when I saw it, you could tell my tone changed.
Yep. Yeah. We all saw that. Okay.
If you've never heard of Riverside before, you are missing out.
Cause wasn't he was like I think he was like trying to like sell, he was like, yeah, I got a big ass crib with a pool and shit. Like he was selling, like he actually wanted her that bad. Like I'm pretty sure from what I remember, like he was like selling himself, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit.
I'll be honest. There were 2 people on the show. I don't want to get too far ahead of the interview, but there were 2 of the girls who I thought were interesting, and I wasn't aware of the fact that you could like ask for your balloons and back and things like that. It didn't seem to follow the rules of the show, and it seemed I don't want to say backwards to ask for it again after you've already decided. So, but yeah, I mean, I was just trying to understand the rules, and I was trying to also be honest and true to how I felt at the moment.
He could give 2 fucks.
Who was the other one? And obviously we know Kiana was one of them. Who was the other person that you were?
It was the very first girl who came out.
Oh.
Because so
Corey.
obviously there's a thing about there's a thing about the age, and she had said, oh well, I'm 25 and 30 whatever is too old for me, and she said it to someone else, and when I heard it I was like, okay, so that disqualifies me automatically. And so that's why I popped the balloon. But then she was like, oh, okay, well, this one here, I can make an exception. And so at that point would have been my cue to ask for the balloon back. But because she was the first one and we were kind of going through the routines, so at that point I was like, okay, I've missed the chance, but I was hoping that, I would find someone else who I find interesting. So luckily I did.
Okay. And Kiana, something that's been brought up a lot on your end was, I guess you gave one of the other contestants a look, What was going on? What happened there? I missed it completely.
Me too. I don't remember doing it. Like, I really don't know. He had to look at me some type of way because I'm not just going to look at somebody
All
like
crazy.
that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I can't help my face. I will say that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have looked him up and down like that for no
Okay.
reason.
I was
So,
like, did I miss an interaction?
Yeah, I honestly
or-
don't remember doing that.
Oh my
all.
gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, it seems like you're a very like straightforward person.
Mm-hmm.
All your responses are just like, no, yeah, okay. And is that like typically how you are like on a daily basis or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Okay.
90%. But yeah, I think I am.
Okay. Do people ever get like a little bit more of you or is it?
When I want them to.
Okay, mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then Eric, on the show you mentioned that you've been to quite a few countries, but you mentioned that you're Nigerian. However, your accent is a little bit different. Where is your accent from, or if you can elaborate?
Well, I've lived many places as well. I've lived in England, I've lived in France, Nigeria, America, and my dad was an educationalist and had studied his, had 7 degrees, and the way he spoke was very soft, and the accentuation was unique. And I think that maybe I've just picked that up from him. I honestly don't know. In my head, I think I sound very American.
Oh.
But then, when I go back home, the accent just changes again. So I think it's just a mixture of
Yeah. Because I'm like, I hear
experiences
British,
I've had.
but I hear French. I definitely don't hear American, I'll tell you that.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
okay. Well, that's too bad.
Do you hear an American
See,
accent?
when I moved to America, the first 3 years were the toughest, and I had to, deal with people telling me things like, you must come from the village. Like, how did you get here by boat, or just
Crazy
things
work.
like that. And
Like,
people used to call.
that's jokes you say, like, not justifying those jokes, but that's like shit you say when you like in like elementary, middle school, maybe high school, whatever. But like this nigga, like what? Well, I don't know how old he was when he experienced it, whatever. But like, if you're an adult saying shit like this, like on some bullying shit, it's like, nigga, like what is wrong with you, bro?
Call me Wesley
Like that's some childish shit, low key.
Snipes, because I was dark skinned. I was just 10 years ahead of the time because I also had a flat top, hairstyle, and so I just had to try to blend in as much as possible, and so I started taking speech. I don't want to say therapy, but just like classes, and acting classes and communication classes and things like that, and just learning how to, speak in general.
Okay.
And so it just took me a while to blend in, but yeah, at some point I just decided to try to just be myself, but I had to switch schools to do that. I'd messed it up by being Nigerian in America in my first class. So I just tried to be more American when I switched schools.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Old Spice Gentleman Super Hydration Body Wash.
Nigga, fuck your ad.
Question that has just been on everyone's mind since you all have matched on the show. Has there been a date?
This
Have you all
nigga not
gone
even
out?
here.
What's going on?
No. I mean, he lives in Vegas,
Okay.
and there was that, but
This nigga got money. I'm not buying that shit.
yeah, we just haven't been out.
Oh. Okay, so when we filmed the show, Eric, did you
She
stay
did
a little bit
say-
longer in Arizona to at least be able to
Yeah.
take her out, or what happened?
Well, she did say that Vegas wasn't a problem for her, obviously, at the show, because I asked. And I did try to meet her up the next day before I was traveling, but she seemed, I think it was probably too short notice, and so she wasn't available. And yeah, so we weren't able to meet right then,
Okay.
but the conversations continued.
Okay. So where are you guys at today, Kiana? Are you guys still communicating, or what's going on?
No, we haven't talked since like the beginning of April. Yeah, it's no like bad blood or anything. We just don't talk.
Okay.
But we FaceTimed. I think that was the beginning of April. He said his friends were watching the show and they thought we would be a good match. We're like really great friends because we have the same like personality. And I was like, yeah, you good friends.
Okay.
Good friends.
I see. Okay. And so is there like any initiative or anything for you guys to meet up, or you plan to go to Vegas? Eric, do you plan to come here? Like,
Well, I mean, ask her if I tried to invite her to Vegas or if she, ask her. Because I did, didn't I?
Kiana, what happened?
I think I was sick or something. I was busy.
Okay.
I know that much, or sick. One of the other, but yeah.
So do you plan on going to Vegas?
No.
Okay, why not? What's going on?
Just not really interested anymore. I mean, our conversations were kind of dry too. Like he's cool. Don't get me wrong, but
He bro. That's got to be why he's too bro. She 25. This nigga probably like 40 or some shit, bro.
it was just a lot. And for me, he never made me laugh once, and I was like, that's a big thing for me.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, from the show, I know everything happens pretty quickly and all that stuff.
I need to interject.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yo, nah, this, you know what this, nah, you know who this nigga remind me of? Squidward, bro. I don't know why, but he giving me Squidward. I need to interject. Oh, fucking word. Oh, fucking word. That's some shit Squidward would say. Nigga tell me some, I need to interject. Nigga, don't nobody give a fuck about your interjection, nigga. What the fuck?
Eric?
All right. So
Oh,
we met
hell
each
no.
other first night. The very first vibe I got from her was, at the end of the show, you would assume that someone you've matched with would want to come and have a conversation and like chat to get to know you. But she was moving over there, taking pictures with her friend. And I was just sort of by myself for a little while. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just, it was nice to meet you. I'll get your Instagram and, we'll chat some other time. And that was it. But I was trying to add her on Instagram on the personal one, not on my business one, because I wanted her to see my photos and things like that. But I think she added me and then like unfriended me.
Oh.
By the time I'd like gotten into the other page or something, I'd noticed that she wasn't following me anymore or something. But I didn't make a big deal of it because I'm an adult. I don't care if someone's following or not following.
This
But
was
I just
all
wanted-
on the same day,
This
like
was-
right
that
then
was
and
from
there?
that was from the first day. Yeah. So that already gave me a kind of a weird feeling. And so
Oh,
I'd sent her a
word.
text message the next day.
Motherfuckers who do that, bro, who the fuck are you? Stop that fan behavior shit, bro. That shit be getting on my nerves. Like, you're not nobody, bro. You ain't anybody, bro. Like, that fan behavior be pissing me
Like,
off.
are you actually interested in me, or like, wait, what's the deal? Like, did you just come, And she said, yes, I am. I am was her response. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I will try to continue getting to know her and things like that. And then I FaceTimed her the next morning, and the evening when I had arrived in Vegas that day. And I was in a good mood, everything. I was really happy. I was like looking forward to chatting to her. And then she answered the phone, but she was at a concert. And so obviously couldn't talk at the concert. And so I was waiting for a FaceTime call or something at some point and never got anything back. And I swear to you, I asked this girl question. And not once did she go like, well, how about you? So I just felt like it was really hard to gauge where things were going.
See, the little things matter. If somebody, a lot of times when somebody asks you a question, you gotta hit them with the how about you or what about you, so they also feel like, that you're also trying to get to know them as well. Little shit matters, bruh. Like, a lot of y'all niggas and shawties out there, like, y'all don't be understanding how much that shit be like, people who be asking the questions and you don't say how about, you don't gotta say like every time, but if you don't say it on a consistent enough basis to like at least show that you're interested in the other person, the motherfucker asking the question, they gonna pick up on that shit, bruh. Like, the little shit matters.
And for me, I don't really think text messaging is a good, and she would agree as well, because she said that I asked her what her method of communication or what she would prefer as a style of communication. She said she likes, she doesn't like text as much, but she likes.
But I mean, the bad text shit, okay. But I kind of don't really believe being a bad texter exists, because if you're actually genuinely interested in the motherfucker you talking to, I feel like you wouldn't be as much of a bad texter as you are. That's just how I feel like. It's just another one of those, if you wanted to, you would. So I feel like just, oh, I'm a bad texter. I feel like that's bullshit, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but I just feel like that's bullshit. Because if it's a motherfucker you actually like, Michael B. Jordan, you gonna dry text that nigga? The Rock, you gonna dry text that nigga? Who else? I don't like, but I'm just like fucking John Morant. You gonna dry text that nigga? No. So let's be fucking real here. That's just my opinion. No, that's what I think.
She likes to talk and she likes to FaceTime. So that's why I was like, okay, good, because I like to FaceTime as well, because that's how you get to know people, you know, like when you're far away.
Rental house regrets?
Fuck your ad. Fuck your ad too. That shit low-key look a little
And so I just was never able to get to that FaceTime, and that's where I feel like I would shine. Like, it's a text message, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, you can only say so much, and you don't really, if you don't know the person, you haven't spent time, like FaceTime or phone call is the way that you would kind of build a rapport with that person. So we just didn't have that, and the whole time, you know, every day it was like, hey, how are you? Then, hey, how are you? And then I would talk about my day. I was interested. I was asking questions. I asked about family, asked about work, asked about her modeling. I even suggested that I could set her up with an agency here that's able to place models and things like that, you know? So, I mean, I was showing interest in it.
She fucking fumbled. I don't care what you say, she fumbled. This nigga has his life together. At least I think so. This nigga has his life together somewhat. He look like he know what he want. This, that, and the third. Yeah, I'll probably got on his ass. But from what I'm getting from him right now, this nigga definitely has his life together in some form or fashion. And it's like he knows what he wants. And you hear the shit he's saying. Like, I can believe that he was doing that. Like, just remembering the interest he expressed her in the Pop the Balloon video. Like, it's not like this nigga was asking her questions. Like, you hear him try to set her up with agencies, networking. This nigga, I'm already knowing this nigga got the connect. This nigga's like 40, ain't he? Look at his house. Look at his house. Like, I'm just saying, like, this nigga, it sound like she fumbled.
It wasn't being reciprocated.
Okay.
To some degree. And so I just went straight forward and I asked, you know, like, well, let's talk about making plans. Like, do you want me to come to you or will you come to me? And then she just said she was busy. And so it's like, I mean, you know, like, what are you supposed to do after you've tried and tried?
Right.
So we ended up just being more cordial and friendly. And then the conversation had died until I sent her the text message with my friends. And then we kind of talked about that to some degree. And then I tried to FaceTime her again some other time.
FaceTime. You didn't try.
And then she was driving, and I mean, she just, you know, like, I thought the sarcasm thing was cute because you know, that's how I am typically. But it's not. It's something that I can turn on and off. When you're in a one-on-one situation, it's just easier to get to know people that way.
I think he might just be too much on a mature level for her. I think that could be. I don't know. I feel like he's just not saying she's like, but you know, just like, I feel like they're just in different places in life, in different mindsets. I think he's just up here, you know, and she's just not at that level yet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the disconnect right there.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I tried, and you don't know someone until you can chat to them. And so it's either we were going to meet, and I really think people need to fulfill that part of the deal. It's like, if you match, you should try to meet at least once. And so I was willing to fly there, you know, and I was asking to see if she was willing to come, because then I think that would have made things easier to understand. But I came to the conclusion, and I asked her, and I think that she would agree as well. I think that the truth of the matter is that she wasn't interested in anyone to begin with, and she said she just picked me because I seemed nice. And I mean, while that's great, it's not really what I want to hear. Like, I don't want to, I came there for a reason, and I participated, and I think maybe it I don't know. It's just, it feels like, then why pick anyone at all? You know, just stick to, if you don't like anyone, that's fine. There's no harm. There's no foul.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
So,
Let me jump in here. Kiana?
okay.
That was a lot.
Yeah. So let's start off.
Yeah, it was a lot, but what he was saying was very much valid. I got something to say about the host, but I'm gonna save it for the end of the video.
With, it sounds like he sent you a few messages, didn't really hear anything back as far as he didn't see the interest in him. Like, sounds like from the jump. Were you ever really interested in him?
At first, yes.
Okay.
I think I got in my head a lot too, because like I said, he's not my normal type, and I start to overthink. And then I watched the show too, and then like what he was saying about the other girls, I'm like, I always wear black, like that's my favorite color, so that probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Okay.
And then the age thing that really threw me. Like, I know I said it wouldn't, or I will try to like not let it bother me.
Okay.
But I'm like 38. It's crazy. Like I'm 25.
25.
Like,
okay.
I'm not ready to settle down just yet. I'm like, he's almost 40. He's probably, he's ready for a family and marriage. I'm not ready for that just yet. So
those few things, which you knew from the show, is what later on kind of made you lose the interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then overthinking.
Okay. So, did you ever express that to him, or you kind of just
Should have.
That was my bad. I will apologize for that. I apologize for, I guess.
We love accountability.
I'm not gonna say stringing you along, but like not communicating. So that's my bad. So sorry.
Okay.
With Cascade Platinum Plus, I have upped my.
At least she's accountable about it. But I'm gonna still have some crazy ass clickbait title talking about some. She fumbled this nigga. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm gonna put, bro. What y'all think I'm gonna put, bro? I don't know what the title of this shit gonna be, bro. I gotta think.
There's no hard feelings. Like I said, we've kept it cordial, and we've still gone through some conversations and things like that. And yeah, it's just even as friends, it didn't seem like there was interest there, because I don't like to approach things being pushy about anything. I didn't say, oh, I want some kids. I didn't say all I talked about was like modeling, which was your interest. And I just feel like if any, like, you know, like I've had photographs in Sports Illustrated. I've photographed people who've gone on to become cover models. You know what I mean? So it's like, I felt like at least there should have been something. Like there was there's a huge benefit, there's a huge interest if that is your desire.
He was trying.
And I think that, and for me, it's not so much like, okay, let's just try to figure out our lives and what we're going to be. Like, I'm not really in a rush. Like, obviously, like I said, I've spent time trying to do other things that I care about. I'm not really in a huge rush to like be married or nothing. But yeah, I mean, she didn't say that to me, but yeah, like obviously now she's said it, which makes sense. It's something that I picked up on, you know, way earlier in the conversation. So.
And then Eric, you mentioned you felt like she wasn't interested in anyone at all. Is that true?
So I did say, like towards the end, I wasn't going to pick anybody, but he seemed very genuine, and I wanted to get to know him.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did say that, and I shouldn't have.
You said that on the show?
No, we were texting. I texted
She said
him.
it to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, like, when you came out and you saw the lineup, you were like, this ain't for me? Is that what you mean? Or when you said you weren't going to pick anyone?
No, that's not what I meant. What did I mean? Like...
Maybe like Ashley.
For me, like between them, like them two, Obi and him, I would have picked Obi.
Oh, okay.
But it was the 3 kids. But then he like started selling himself, and I loved that. And I was like, okay, I'm interested. Like, you really seem genuine.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So when you said you weren't going to pick anyone, it was between those two. You were like,
yeah.
Okay.
But then
okay.
that's why I was like, if it was, that sounds bad, but if I had to choose, it was going to be him.
Okay. I see here. All right. And so are you still secure in that selection you made, or would you have preferred to have not pick?
Crazy word.
After what?
Honestly, probably not pick, so I wouldn't have wasted his time and have him feel away. If he does, I'm not saying you do, but yeah.
Okay. We love accountability.
All right. Yeah. Well, you know, unfortunately, it is sad that, you know, nothing was able to progress from here and all that stuff. But you guys do seem cordial. No, you know, bad feelings or anything like that. So that's pretty good. Anything we should be on the lookout from, you know, coming up from either one of you?
I have a fashion show, the Valley Vogue fashion show. I think is coming up in June, maybe. And then just photo shoots, still get my portfolio together. So
nice. All right. Well, congrats for being in that Valley Vogue. And Eric, what about for yourself?
I don't know. I didn't come on the show to sell myself or sell myself in this way or like talk about my business and nothing. I'm looking for a partner. So that's my primary mission is just to like keep myself open to the possibility of finding someone. Okay. I don't know if you guys you're doing another show or something. You got some people more in my age range who are
okay. So you want to come back?
Okay.
I mean, listen, I don't go out. I don't like to go to clubs or nothing. My way of meeting people is my options are slim. If I'm not on like a dating thing swiping, there's no other way that I'm going to run into someone. So
okay,
this is a good situation.
It's a great way to meet people. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Some people were making fun of that, like, oh, he's too old to be.
No, definitely not.
I'm like, what? No, there's no such thing.
What?
You're never too old to find love. So I don't know
what. That's a rich ass reaction.
What do you mean by that?
I smelled like 500K, a Scat Pack, a Hellcat, all that shit in that. Like, bro, like this nigga is so unbothered. This nigga don't give 2 fucks. You don't give 2 fucks about what you niggas think. Look at his crib.
We're all trying to find someone. We're all trying to, no one wants to go through life by themselves. So it's like, however you do it. Yeah, however you do it is.
Okay. So. All right, Eric. Well, I'm glad to hear that you are interested in coming back. We'll see what we can do over here. Sure. Maybe you might be on another episode. Who knows? We'll see. All right, guys. Well, I hope you both have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone at home, for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.
All right. So as far as the host goes, I was going to be like, this kind of sucks for her in the sense of like, maybe she's thinking like, yo, she's hosting this shit for people to actually genuinely find love. She's not just like, yes, she's getting views and subscribers and shit, but I hope she'd have the genuine intention of hooking 2 people together and like, hoping they like find love and shit. So it's like being like putting myself in the shoes of the host and what she might be thinking. It's like, damn, like what if she's like, yo, I'm just kind of just doing this for no reason, or like I'm not like, yeah, I'm getting mad support and like mad exposure for like the content I'm putting out there, but I'm also doing it for people to actually find love, and these niggas just out here not finding love, and it's probably making it hard for her to like choose who to pick to come on the show and shit, and she might have to make like a stricter like application and shit to come on the show and just shit like that, because she's just like, I'm pretty sure she's not just like out here just. At least I'd hope not. Like she's just out here just doing this shit for the likes and clicks and support. Like I kind of hope, like as the host of something like this, like that she genuinely wants motherfuckers to find love or whatever. But it's been your boy DOS. I'll call this a positive reaction. It definitely was. It wasn't nothing crazy. We love accountability over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold anybody else to a standard that I won't hold myself. So we definitely love accountability over here. And yeah, it's been your boy DOS, and we out. Wait, was I out the frame? I might have been out the frame, low key. Hold on. Now that I'm looking at this shit, like I'm in the frame over here. Might have been out the frame first. I might have been out the frame. Holy shit. But yeah, man, it's been your boy DOS. We out.